what's up, guys? Hey, what's up? How are you doing, Sherry? I hope you guys are doing great on this blessed Saturday. We're going to go ahead and see if we can dig through all this drama, which you guys know that I had called this. I already had saw this coming. I knew that Solar, he was going to weasel his way back into Naturia's life. And I knew Naturia, she was going to go ahead and fall for it. I knew it. And I just hope she open up her eyes and see the truth. Solar have been using this girl for so long. Even Nature Boy already has said that the way that he gets back at Naturia, he used Solar to get back. And like he had used Naturia before as content, now he's using Solar to get to Neytiri so she can go ahead and drop those charges, which is already set. No way in the world that Neytiri can drop those charges. Once you open that door, that's it. Hey, Ocean, how you doing? Yes, the prosecutor tells them to stay away. You cannot. Solar already was asked to the contact Neytiri. Nature Boy said on his live. Nature Boy already said on his live. He already said, ask Solar to go and get in touch with Neytiri to see if Neytiri can go ahead and drop those charges. Now, what I think, guys, and you know when I call it, you can take it to the bank. What I think is now they want Solar. So what they're going to do is they're going to use Neytiri to go ahead and get Solar. And if Solar mentioned one word about getting her to drop Nature Boy charges, they're going to arrest him as well. Just like Neytiri went into Nature Boy life to go ahead and set him up. So what makes you think that Neytiri is not going to do the same thing, guys? Come on, wake up. I think Neytiri is setting them all up. That's what I think. I think Neytiri is setting them all up. Just like she did Nature Boy. When she went into Nature Boy house the last time, she already went in with an agenda. She knew exactly what she was going to do. And she did it and she accomplished it. And she's going to do Solar the same thing. I promise you, she's state witness. Neytiri is hot. Anyone that goes around her that was a part of carbonation and spill their guts to Neytiri, they got to be a fool. They got to be a fool, guys. And most likely, that's why they wanted my content to go to come off. Which, like I say, I'm not going to go ahead and delete all my content. Yes, I put it on iCloud, but most of my content I already know because it was already told to me was going to be used. Because when I call it, trust me, it's on point. And I don't give a care if they think that they playing chess, they using Neytiri. Neytiri is no dummy. She's no dummy at all. Neytiri knows exactly what she's doing. And most likely all this stuff had happened why they took those pictures together and put it out on social media because they want people to talk. That's all that is. But I promise you, yes, Sherry, I promise you that Neytiri, she went and she set Nature Boy up. And I promise you, they probably told Neytiri, and I could be wrong, so I'm going to say allegedly. But I promise you, most likely, they told Neytiri to go after Solar. Because they want Solar and Musa. They want them too. Because if you get Solar and Musa, if they can get charges on them, I promise you, Nature Boy will go under. What you mean she's a willing one, though? She belongs to the state now. She's a state witness. So if she go there and and she say something that she don't have no business, she can get herself in trouble. She can perjure herself. She can find herself in a world of trouble because it's a case going on and she cannot tamper with it, especially when now Neytiri is a state witness. So I want to know, how can she weasel her way out of this? Yeah, she might want attention as well, but she opened up a can of worms. And by Neytiri opening up a can of worms, you don't mess with the state. One thing about the state, you don't mess with them. And if she thinking this is a game, then she gonna find herself in jail, as in prison as well. Because this is, once you get the state involved and the state money, those people, they're not gonna shut this case until they find something. They gonna find something on you. So she can't think that she's gonna go ahead and use this as entertainment, which at first I thought it was too. I said, Natureboy, he did talk on the end about the black woman always running to the white man. And I said, I wonder if this is a part of their lesson. But if he sat there and set himself up to go to jail because he wanted to go and prove some kind of point about the black woman, if she hollers something, the white man gonna run to it, and arrest the black guy, the black man. I was saying, what if they just playing a role? But you don't mess with the state like that, because one thing about the state is not gonna let it go. They're gonna hold on to it. And even if Solar is saying, I'm going to go ahead and bait Neytiri back in because they know exactly how to move her. Okay, but I read under one of my comments that Neytiri, she was the one that went to Solar. But even if Neytiri had went to Solar, if Solar even pillow talk about dropping those charges, and Neytiri go and report that, that's it for Solar. That's it for Solar. I wish I had my sister to come on, and she'll break it down more because she knows a lot about when it's dealing with stuff like this. But they messing with fire. They don't know what they messing with. And now they saying that on the 7th, Natureboy, they supposed to go ahead and set his bond. I don't know. Well, if she is playing, she's playing with fire, Ocean. She's playing with fire because, I know one thing, you don't mess with the state. And Neytiri is now, she's a state witness because she opened up that case. She opened up that case and hollered that Natureboy did the big aura. And, once they holler that, the state is not going to let go of that because now they have put so much money into their investigation. And maybe they threw that bone out to get people back talking. I don't know. Musa can confess all he want. Look, Musa can talk until kingdom come. And most likely that's why Musa is doing all that talking now and denouncing himself. Musa doing that because Musa is scared. Musa know good and well he played a part in it as well. And we already know that Natureboy already said, he said, if I go down, I'm going to take everybody else down with me. And like I said on several of my videos, many of them should take accountability, especially when you was that close under Natureboy. If you was that close under Natureboy, you should take accountability as well. And I don't care what Musa is talking about. Musa was right there, living with Natureboy. So he gonna take accountability as well. I don't care what he says. They all gonna talk. That's how it usually happen. When someone get in trouble, quite obvious, if you was that close under Nature Boy, you gonna start spilling your guts too. Because that's how the state works. They're gonna pawn each other, they're gonna use each other against one another. And Musa most likely came down here and say, well, look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell it. Okay, Musa sat there and he tell just what Nature Boy have done, and he saw, well, you was a part of that as well. So you're going to have to take some kind of accountability. Maybe they probably say, well, look, we know this about you, Musa. We know all this stuff that's going on. We need you to go ahead and talk, and we'll give you a lesser charge. Maybe that's happening. I don't know. I don't know if it'd be televised. It might. I don't know, because this was a cult. And sometimes you know how they like to use us as examples. So it might be televised. If it don't be televised, trust me, it's going to be on YouTube. I know that much. But Neytiri is hot. And Neytiri is a state witness. And I don't care if Neytiri sit there and they say, oh, she just going and she loves Solar. Still, you hot. And Solar was a part of Nature Boy. So was you. So I think Neytiri is after Solar to go and bring him down too, because, a lot of stuff, is kind of fishy. This don't make no sense at all. And even if Neytiri and Solar was together, why they want to go ahead and make it public? The only reason why they want to make it public now, because Nature Boy bond hearing is in 2 days, 2 or 3 days. So they need people to keep talking. Guys, can't you see it? This is chess. But somebody is going to get burned. And the state is not going to lose. This is what the state going to tell you. The state going to tell you, honey, look, we don't run out of money. One thing about the state does not run out of money. The state can sit there and keep this ball rolling for years, which most likely if the FBI got this, they got tons of evidence on every last one of them. Because one thing about when the FBI gets something, they can wait till 14 or 15 or 20 years before they make an arrest, because they want to make sure what they got is going to stick. So the only way, they already got the big fish. The big fish was Nature Boy. They already got the big fish. But now they need something that's going to stick. Because that R charge that Neytiri threw out there is really not going to stick. But it did open up the door. But now they need Solar. Because see, once they get Solar, then they're going to be able to open up a whole new can of worms. And that's when they're going to start talking about what happened to Zoka's baby. Guys, can't you see it? It don't even, look, it don't take a fool to figure this out. And that's why they going to tie Solar with Zoka's baby. Zoka going down too. It's going to be, Zoka is going down. Neytiri is going, guys, can't you see this? Neytiri is going after Solar so they can open up that can, and they're going to stick that child. What happened to that child, Zoka's baby? Nature Boy, he's not upset. The reason why Nature Boy think it's going to work in his favor, because we already know from day one, Nature Boy already told Solar to go ahead and get in contact with Neytiri, so Neytiri can go ahead and drop those charges. We already know about that. So Nature Boy think that it's going to work in his favor, but it's not. It's going to backfire. And the reason why it's going to backfire is because Neytiri is hot, guys. Neytiri is a state witness. And anybody that come in contact with Neytiri, trust me, they got investigations. People are watching right now. So Solar can't outsmart. He cannot outsmart Neytiri, not this time, because Neytiri is not just thinking for herself now. Neytiri got the attorney generals. She got the FBI's, the state, everybody watching this. Neytiri got. They trust me. All they need to Neytiri now. All she is the bait. Neytiri is the bait. That's all Neytiri is, the bait. She's the bait. And when she get, like I said, they sent, and I'm gonna say allegedly, because like I said, this is just only my opinion. And like I said, at the end of the day, we all have an opinion. But if you put it out, you air it out, you free game. And we all have a right to our opinion, right? So, like I say, Neytiri is just a bait. Neytiri is there on assignment, guys. Just like Neytiri went to Natureboy, she was on assignment. They knew once Natureboy come to the States, come to Georgia, they knew they got her. They knew they have him. All they needed was somebody, and that's what they use against us. I hate to say, the big aura. All they needed was someone to say the big aura. And when Neytiri did that, Neytiri opened the door for so much stuff. Now, when they get Solar, they're going to get Zoka. And once they get Zoka, they're going to go after Musa. Once they get Musa, that's why he talking all over his mouth now. It's going to get worse, guys. I'm telling you, I'm a prophet. I know this is going to get worse. I already told Natureboy the day that I start watching his show. I say, Natureboy, and you guys know that. Y'all saw all my videos. I say, carbonation is about to fall. Pump your brakes, Natureboy. I saw all that in the spirit. I say, pump your brakes. Natureboy even start following me. Neytiri follows me now. I told them what was going to happen. It always take a woman, and I hate to say, gonna bring you down to your knees. And it took Neytiri to bring him down to his knees. And it gonna take Aya and Malia, which Malia might lose her mind by the time they get through working with her. But it's gonna take one of them. I think it's gonna be the next one that they're gonna go ahead and tell it all is gonna be Zoka. Because Zoka knows she ain't gonna take that charge for what happened to her baby. So Zoka, if they get Zoka, Zoka gonna run her mouth because Malia gonna lose her mind. Malia is she already have there already. But Zoka, they gonna put that charge on that baby about that baby on Zoka. Then Zoka gonna start spilling her guts. And that's when they're gonna go ahead and because they're trying to give Natureboy life. They wants to put him under. But what they got right now, he probably be out on the 7th if they don't get somebody to start talking. You know, yeah, this is right. I know it's right. This is how it works. You know, somebody got to pay. I never heard, if my child have died, then all of a sudden my child just wiped out off the face of this earth. It don't work like that. If your child die in the hospital, there's still records. Is a death certificate. And I'm not asking them people to show us their information. Hi, love. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it because I see it, just as plain as day. I see all this. I see how it's all unfolding. And you don't have no death certificates. All you say this girl carried a healthy pregnancy for 9 whole months. And all of a sudden, they say the baby died. And you know good and well, Nature Boy is so open about everything. So why he wasn't open about that? Why did they keep that a secret? Because they know either, and I'm gonna say allegedly, either they sacrificed the baby, which I don't know about that, or they sold the baby. But whatever it is, like they say, what's hidden in the dark will eventually comes home. It's gonna come to the light, because the truth gonna always find its way back home. And that's exactly why Neytiri is running after Solar. Somebody's gonna break. Somebody's gonna break. And that's the way that I see it. And it's, like I say, it's my opinion. And at the end of the day, like I say, we all have one. But Musa hands is very dirty. Musa hands is dripping. So I don't blame Musa to come back and talk. Dude, your hands is dripping. Anybody that get down and kiss another man's feet, come on. And now all of a sudden you want to sit there and denounce this man? Dude, this man humiliated you guys on YouTube, on social media, kissing his feet. Now, all of a sudden, you want to say, I denounce him? The devil is a liar. Come on, guys, wake up. Only a fool will believe something like this. These people, they are scared, and they about to become state witness. And they got to make sure, because like I say, something got to happen real quick. If not, Nature Boy gonna be bound out. They gonna set a bond. They gonna have to set a bond for Nature Boy if somebody don't start talking. So that's why little Neytiri, the streets, that's why she over there at Solar. Somebody got to talk. If not, Nature Boy will be out. Nature Boy will be out by the 7th. They need something. And they don't want to hear nothing from nobody else but the ones that were so close to him. The ones that slept with him. The one that broke bread with him. And the only ones that was his disciples, his close disciples, that's who they want. And all they need is one of them to say, Nature Boy, yes, he did it. And that's it. Yeah. And they can go ahead and get Nature Boy for that. If if Zoka say that Nature Boy made her drink alcohol while she was pregnant, that's another charge right there. But Zoka have to admit it. If Zoka don't say nothing, they can't use that charge against him. But if Zoka go there and say that Nature Boy made her drink liquor while she was pregnant, and she took 7 shots, they say 7 shots, while she was full-blown pregnant, that's another charge. But like I say, for those people to survive out there in that jungle, they had to do some illegal stuff. And that's why I had said on several of my videos, when those people that was going in and coming out of carbonation, when they was in that jungle, that's the time that the FBI should have been in that jungle arresting Nature Boy. They dropped the ball. And the only way now that they can get him, one of his disciples, they got to do some talking. And we know that True might be the first one. Oh my God, please, Lord, let True be the first one to talk. Because True was the one, if True be the first one to talk, he gonna be just like Peter in the Bible. Who that was? Peter, John. When they say, when True had said that, I would never leave you. I would cut my left arm off before I leave you. Didn't True tell that to Nature Boy? True told Nature Boy, I will never leave you. I will cut my left arm off before I leave you. Didn't Peter them say the same thing, that they would never deny Jesus? I promise True might be the first one to deny. True might be the first one to start telling. And I'm gonna tell you exactly, because the state knows exactly how to play their cards. Because see, the state plays hardball as well. Want me to tell you how they're gonna get True? They're gonna cut his checks. When they cut his check, his social security check, his whatever that is, that military check he get, that VA1 check, whatever that is. When they cut that check from that once a month check from True, I promise you, True gonna spill his guts. Let me see what it says. Well said. Facts are, if there is no indictment, I guess, Elijah will walk in Neytiri case. Well, if it's not, Neytiri, I don't know. I don't quite understand the question. Well said. Facts. Or if there is no indictment, I guess indictment, Elijah will walk. Well, they can't hold him with the big aura. And the reason why they can't hold him with the big aura, because Neytiri been in and out for so long. All that was, like I said, to go ahead and open the door. And I wish I can go ahead and get my sister to come in, and talk about it, because she and all that stuff. But Neytiri was only there just to open the door. So if no one of his disciples come forth by the 7th, they're going to have to set bond for Nature Boy. Well, yes, he will walk. Yes, he will walk. But if they get one of those disciples to talk, and most likely they want to know about the baby, that's the only thing that's going to stick. And what's the lady that had died in that cult? Now, I don't know if they can stick Nature Boy with the lady that had died in that cult, because she was already sick. I wonder why Solar didn't take his wife, didn't take Zoka. Was First of all, Solar was not going to take Zoka. Solar wanted Neytiri as his disciple, because Neytiri was a state witness, and he only was going by what Nature Boy told him to do, to go after Neytiri. So Solar is doing exactly what Nature Boy told him to do, but that's going to backfire, because like I said, Neytiri, she's a state witness now. You don't mess with, you don't tamper with state witnesses. So, I want to see how this gonna play out, because I think that the next arrest, they have to make another arrest. If they don't make another arrest, then they might as well go ahead and drop that case. And lawyer says something similar to that statement too, that he would cut his private part off. Lawyer said the same thing too. Yeah, the only thing that they're gonna cut off, and that's their ties from Nature Boy. That's the only thing. They ain't gonna cut nothing off. But True knows a lot, and True wants to be so deep, like he's so spiritually deep. But time gonna tell if he gonna put his money where his mouth, because I'm ready to see that left hand off. True gonna be just like Peter. Peter sat there and told Jesus, he said that, and John said the same thing. I would die for you. But we saw that Peter didn't even want to live. He didn't even want to live for Jesus. Jesus already told him, he said, when the cock crowed 3 times, you're going to deny me. Peter said there when the heat came on, when they arrested Jesus and all kinds of stuff started coming out, Peter said there he was acting just like the world. He was cursing and trying to fit in with the world. And they said, no, Peter, you was a part of that as well. And that's exactly what we're going to say. No, true. You was a part of it as well. Now we need to see your hand on a silver. We need to see your hand on a platter because you told us that you was going to cut off of your left arm for your God. So we want to see you cut off that arm. But true gonna be the true. When they get so large, I promise you guys, I promise you, if they don't make an arrest this week, they got to make an arrest this week. If they don't make arrest this week, guys, they gonna have true gonna be in jail, either True or Musa. They have to make an arrest. If not, Natureboy go up for the 7th for bond. Natureboy gonna walk off. And if they trying to get Natureboy to stick, and they keep Natureboy, because they got to set him up. After 90 days, you can't hold nobody. I don't care what kind of charge it is. After 90 days, you got to let him go. So if they don't let Natureboy go, that means that they got another arrest. And the next person they gonna arrest, if Musa sat there and he turned state witness, they still gonna have to charge him. If Solar sat there and say he wants to be a state witness, they still gonna have to make arrests on him, even though they're gonna give him a lighter charge, maybe something, I don't know. But next week they have to. If not, Natureboy gonna have to go. Natureboy will be set free. I know I'm right. They got to. So the only thing that I think, this is what I think, and like I say, is opinion, is once they get Solar and Musa in that DA office, they coming after True. They coming after True. They coming after True. And they really gonna, and once they get them three disciples, once they get the 3, Natureboy, his whole life, you might as well say he'll never walk. He'll never walk on grass again. He gonna always walk on pavement. He will never see nature again. If they get those 3, yeah, by the 7th. But if they don't make another arrest, what Neytiri had charged him for, they're gonna have to let him go. They're gonna have to let him go. And the only way they can make another arrest, somebody got to step up, and somebody got to say, somebody got to admit that they know that Natureboy was a part of whatever's going on. They say, well, True has said it was a bond reduction, but how is it going to be a bond reduction when they never set a bond for him? That didn't make no sense either. How you going to have a bond reduction and you never even had he had a bond hearing, but they deny it. Unless he had a bond reduction and they didn't air it out on YouTube. But still, of all that state records. So if that was state records, we still should have had, some kind of paperwork, showing that he did. They did offer him a bond and he couldn't make his bond. So to me, that does not make no sense at all. And that's why I said, Sherry, on the 7th, if they don't have more discovery, they're going to have to let him go. And that's why they need Neytiri as a state witness, which, like I say, just look at God, how things work. All the while, Solar wanted to get Neytiri. Now Neytiri went to him right there. A red flag would have came up, a red flag would have came up. Why is Neytiri now seeking me out? I've been trying to get Neytiri for months. well, for weeks I've been trying to get in contact with Neytiri. Now all of a sudden Neytiri just pop out nowhere. Now this is what I heard. Neytiri went to him. Come on, guys. Does that make sense? Now, if you know someone that set your God up, and all of a sudden she wants to meet with me, she want to reunite with me, right there, a red flag would have came up. Yeah, her charges is gonna fall by the wayside, and the reason why Neytiri charges is gonna fall by the wayside is because Neytiri she been in and out of that camp from day one. And Neytiri, like I say, her hands is not clean as well. You have to realize that Neytiri, she came from off the streets. And, Neytiri, I even had some videos where Nature Boy and the rest of the sister wives, including Neytiri, they was at a mall. And Nature Boy was eyeing a woman at the mall. And, Nature Boy said, I'm not going to go to her. So Nature Boy said there, he didn't say anything. Neytiri said, I'm going to her and I'm going to give her your number. Even when it was in like the shopping center, I think it was like some store they was shopping. I think it was Target or Walmart or something like that. You know, those girls was going up to strangers, giving Nature Boy's number. So what that's trying to tell you guys, they were Nature Boy was using these girls, and I'm going to say allegedly he was using those girls to recruit other women. And if I was a known prostitute, what you gonna do? Recruit women? Then Nature Boy said that when they was in that jungle, he said it had so much semen that was on the ground that when he was stepping on semen. Come on, guys, what you think was there? Come on. They had recess every day. Dude, what you think those people was running? If you gonna come out and say that it was so much semen on that ground, what you think this man was running? Dude, that was nothing but a sex cult. Wow. And that's why they're trying to tie it all together. All they need is some, and that's why Nature Boy, when he had got arrested, the first thing he hollered, you got the hard drive? Y'all got the hard drive? Because he knows a lot of stuff that's on that hard drive. And when they said that lawyer had took the hard drive and took some money, guys, come on, it don't take a rocket science to figure this out. So if the state asked them where the hard drive at, the first thing they're gonna say was what? Stolen. So they cannot sit there and make a charge on that, because the first thing they're gonna say, well, the hard drives was stolen. And what True did, True put it out that lawyer stole the hard drive. And what lawyer gonna say? Lawyer gonna say, I didn't steal the hard drive. They're gonna say, well, where the hard drive at? Lawyer took the hard drive. Lawyer gonna say, no, I didn't take it. So they're gonna go back and forth. Do you see it? Like I say, guys, this is bigger than you think. And all this going to do right now, and I'm going to say allegedly because I only goes by what the spirit is telling me. All this doing is opening the door for bigger things. And you're going to find that even though we may think that Nature Boy is a big fish, but it's going to be a lot of other people that's going to go down as well. A lot of people. That's why Nature Boy wanted to move to Las Vegas. My question is, can the state charge him on anything else and actually convict him? If not, Elijah will walk. Yes, he will walk. And the only way that the state can charge him, they need somebody that broke bread with him, that was so close to him. They can't use anybody. They only can use someone that broke bread with him, was right under him, that was sniffing his fart. And that was Musa, Solar, the one that was licking his feet, his cheesy feet. That was Musa, Solar, and True. I think that's why they want those hard drives and those phones. Yeah, because if they get those hard drives, and that phone, Nature Boy had a lot of connections, guys. And when he came down here to back to the states, which the PRO is part of the states too, but you know what I'm talking about, back down here to Georgia, he was trying to recruit all of his old people together so they can go ahead and, because this a huge industry, guys. Sex trafficking is a huge industry. Call it what it is. You know good and well this had nothing to do with teaching. And that's why they sat there and flagged all my videos. But I don't care. Because like I said, I wasn't in on the money anyway. They know I was on it. Everybody sitting there, y'all was looking at this stuff as entertainment, just like y'all watch all these other stuff as entertainment. But I dig in the deep part of things. I say, this is not no part of no entertainment. I say, it got to be something about this right here. I say, it got to be something about this. It will come down to other cult members speaking out. If not, it's a wrap. Elijah will walk, make my blood boil. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. And like I said, it's going to open up a door to a lot of stuff. And that's why I had said on my videos, Neytiri, she don't know what she did. Neytiri opened up a whole can of worms. And when it comes to sex trafficking, guys, and like I said, I'm going to say allegedly, I'm just talking, okay? I'm just talking. This is for entertainment purpose only. But when it comes to all this stuff, the state is not going to drop it. You open that door, the state is not going to drop it now. They going to dig in all, guys, they going to dig in some stuff. They going to dig in some stuff. And when Nature Boy came down here, he came with his little black book to sit there and get all his old people back. And Nature Boy say he was a pimp that didn't get paid. Yeah, you got paid, dude. You got paid plenty. And Solar was keeping them books. Solar and Lawyer was keeping those books. And that's why Lawyer ran. You can fool them, but you can't fool me. Lawyer was keeping them books. And it's gonna be like a what this movie was, Jack with Wesley Snipes. What that movie was with Wesley Snipes. He had played Jack City. You guys, I don't know if you're old enough, you remember the movie Jack City with Wesley Snipes? When Wesley Snipes had blamed everybody, had blamed everything on his accountant. That's exactly what Nature Boy gonna do. He gonna blame everything on his accountant. Yep, New Jack City. Yep. Nature Boy is, what's his name? Neo Brown. Nature Boy gonna blame everything on his accountant, and it's gonna be Lawyer. Poor Lawyer just caught hell. I mean, poor Lawyer went through some hell. They gonna blame everything on. Somebody gonna have to come up with them books, because them people had some money. Them people was making money. Like I said, when Nature Boy came on Beagle Live, he had all y'all fooled. because y'all all thought it was entertainment. No, baby, it was not no entertainment. This was sex trafficking. And this is what the spirit told me. That's what it was. All of them was a part of it. Nature Boy came down here. He wanted to be TKO too. Hmm. Yep, New Jack said it. Velvet will be implicated too. Sad, but yeah, she will, and that's why they. And want me to tell you something? They trying to hide Velvet, guys. They trying to. I hope I'm not talking loud, guys, but they are trying to protect Velvet. They are trying to protect Velvet. I don't know who it is, and that's why when long as I was talking about Nature Boy, I was getting emails. Oh, this right here gonna stick. Oh, this right here gonna stick in court. But soon in a minute, I start talking about Velvet. The minute I start talking about Velvet, that's when they start flagging all my videos. That's when they start flagging all my videos. The minute I start talking about Velvet, because Nature Boy, when he was a part of Melanation, they probably had some little shicey stuff that was going on. But when all them ones that came from off out the street came and they started carbonation, that's when the brothel, as Velvet called it, took place. Because she even said it out her own mouth. And when I sat there and I used one of those videos and put it together, because I can take clips and I know how to put it together to make it come alive. And when I made that little video come alive, when Velvet has said it was a brothel, all my videos start being flagged. All of them start being flagged. All of them started being flagged because they had those young people coming in them jungles thinking that this was about teaching. You remember when they all had that party when they all was dancing and Velvet had the books writing down their names and all this stuff? We know what that was all about. A fool knew what that was all about. Come on now. And you trying to tell me all that sex that Nature Boy said that they was having in those jungles and just a few people got pregnant? Do you guys know where I'm going with this? Do you guys know exactly where I'm going? Do you really think that a few people got pregnant and left? Huh? If you think like that, something got to be wrong with you guys. That was a money making thing that was in those jungles. Hmm. They knew exactly like, and that's why they never wanted to bring Nature Boy down because Nature Boy already said all the videos is out. So what I'm saying right now is all on video because Nature Boy he did not hide anything. Nature Boy said out his own mouth, everything that I did, you all was a part of it as well. No Velvet is not going to say nothing. Would you, Sherry? Would you? No. Why would Velvet say anything? All Velvet is doing is what you see her doing. Is sitting there playing this pity party. Want everybody to think that she's the victim. But if you are the victim, Velvet, why you don't talk? Because Velvet knows if she talk, it might hinder her as well. It might cause her to go down as well. So she's gonna keep her mouth shut. But it's all gonna come out. Like they say, what don't come out in the wash is gonna come out in the rinse. The truth gonna always find its way back home. Whatever you throw out in the atmosphere is gonna come right back at you. So whatever they did, it's gonna come out. Sure hope I always wondering why she did not charge them with pawn revenge too. It was on video. The Terry is a lost case. If I was Velvet, I would tell it all. And if Velvet tell it all, then it's a possibility that Velvet might go down as well because Velvet did. She know a lot of stuff that had happened. Velvet just left the cult like last year's guys. So if you just left the cult last year, then quite obvious you know a lot that had happened. You know. So even if she talked, and she says she can't talk about the case, which I understand she can't talk about the case because she got a charge on him as well. But then she came out and she sat there and said, whatever happened, I'm not gonna be a part of it. I just give it, just give it up to God. I'm not gonna mess with it. So quite obvious is trying to tell you that she's trying to weasel her way out of it. Them girls is not gonna sit there and rat on Nature Boy. And even if they put Velvet on the stand, Velvet is a high risk. Whoever is an attorney that will put Velvet on the stand to testify against her husband, they got to be crazy. Ain't no way in the world that you can use somebody's wife to testify against them. That can go either way. That can go either way. So I don't think that they will use Velvet would not be a good witness to testify against her husband, who she happens to have a child with. So you guys can go ahead and rule that out. Neytiri, she won't be a good witness when she's still walking around with Eligio name on her butt. The only ones that's going to be a good witness, and that's going to be Solar, True, and Musa. Those are the only ones because they stuck with him all the way to the end, from the beginning to the end. And that's the thing that I'm talking about. No, she haven't divorced him. Now, this man was abusive. She was a part of a cult. She was a part of a cult. Don't you think they would have granted, the judge would have granted her right there a divorce? She wouldn't have to pay a dime. They would have gave her divorce, especially when she was a part of a cult. And she never even pushed that issue. So right there, what that's trying to tell you, I'm telling you guys, you better wake up. I don't know if they just doing this, and I don't know, maybe something had happened way back then. And Nature Boy probably sat there and say, look, I love Velvet and I love my child and I don't want nothing to happen to you guys, but I need y'all to go. Don't you know sometimes you can be more effective away from a person than under a person? Do you guys know that? You can be more effective away from that person than under that person. Sometimes you need outside people than everybody all grouped together. Have you ever, Nature Boy, I promise you, this probably, Nature Boy probably been got when something was going to happen. Because at the end, Nature Boy had got so weird where he was just telling them, come get me. Even when he gave his address out, come get me. I Nature Boy probably been got when something was going to happen because, things was just too crazy. It just was unraveling weird. So, like I said there and say, the only way that we're going to be able to know what's going on, and that's after the 7th. After the 7th, if you don't see Nature Boy getting out, that means somebody that's close to him have went state, and you're gonna hear another arrest. I promise you. After the seventh, if Nature Boy don't get out, they got to make an arrest. Velvet was in his comments and others telling him his time was up. She could say whatever she want to say. Velvet said they all saying all kinds of stuff. I would say he a monster, he a dog. He's that. When I got the cops and investigators watching me, I'm gonna say what I'll say anything to try to dissociate myself from that person. Yes, and I no lie, I have no ill will for Velvet, but I have questions. Nay is remaking my stomach turn. Yes, Lady D, we have to wait for the seventh. Yes, Sandra, if you don't hear Nature Boy getting out by the seventh, that means somebody went, is a state witness, and they're gonna have to make arrests. So most likely it's gonna be Solar or Musa. But I think those the two that went state, and they're gonna have to make arrests. So the next person that they might arrest, and it might be True. It might be True. I don't know. Master True. And that's why I think, and I'm saying allegedly, guys, this is for entertainment purpose only. So I'm not no Tasha K. Don't send me no cease and desist letters and all this other stuff. This is for entertainment purpose only. I'm not ashamed to say this is for entertainment purpose only. I don't have no cease and desist letters to wipe my butt like tissue paper. And most likely, speaking of Tasha K, notice did Tasha K ever air that segment that they all did? Because she was running a lot of intro, but she never had the full story. She never played the entire video. And most likely, if Tasha K never played that video yet, they probably told Tasha K, don't play that video yet because it can maybe, some kind of, they don't want something to come out, and they don't want to contaminate the witness or whatever. But Tasha K, they probably told Tasha K not to play that video because they don't want to mess with the investigation. Because, Tasha K would have been put that video out. All she playing is little teasers, just the intro. So I don't know. True deserves to be arrested and questioned now, including Musa. Well, Musa said that he didn't denounce, which, like I told you, the reason why Musa denounced Nature Boy, because Musa know good and well they was on his trail, because Musa was right there, his right-hand man. He was on the scene of everything. And the only reason why Musa is denouncing himself, and he's saying that because his tail is scared. He's another Peter. He's another Peter. He's running. And True is the one that claimed he's going to cut his arm off. So most likely Musa is one of the state witnesses as well. Now that's the way I see it. But you're going to see, and they're not going to mess with Malia. And if they do mess with Malia going to play crazy on them. But then again, Malia been through so much, they probably have a psychology or some kind of psychiatrist or something, a therapist for Malia, in order for Malia to start talking, because Malia been through pure hell under Nature Boy. I don't understand why, it's going to take some deep therapy, a therapist, a good therapist, to sit there and have this girl to open up, because Malia went through pure hell with Nature Boy, Velvet, all of them. They was just beating on this girl. They beat this girl to where she's at today. The only strong one was there, and that was Neytiri. They was never able to get in Neytiri's head. And that's why Neytiri was able to bring him down to his knees. And it might take Malia, if they can sit there and get and retransform Malia's mind, where she'll be able to open up and see the bigger picture. Malia might be the one to bring him flat on his face, because Neytiri already put him on his knees. Now we need somebody to put him flat on his face. It could be Malia. Malia went through hell. I mean, they beat this girl so bad, where they beat they shift all of her organs in her body. And the only reason why it was said that Nature Boy went to New Orleans, not to go spy on Velvet, maybe a little bit. He went there because he needed Malia, because he know if they get a hold of Malia, and Malia start talking of what really happened to her, it would have put Velvet in prison, and it would have put Nature Boy in prison. And the reason why it would have put Velvet in prison, because Velvet bit the girl breast almost off, and all that infection, by them people don't get Medicaid, go and get Medicare or whatever that is, what and letting all that information and all this stuff just build up in their body, because they don't get medical attention. All that poison almost killed almost killed Velvet, not Velvet, Malia. When Velvet bit Neytiri, when Velvet bit, let me slow down. When Velvet bit Malia's breast, Malia wasn't the same after that. Malia was not the same after she had got her breast bit. I don't know. If maybe they might could charge him for that, if he have HIV. But then again, they say everybody else was in that camp had HIV. So who gonna say who gave who? Well, I don't know about HIV. I don't think they say HIV. I know they said syphilis, and I will say allegedly, but they say everybody in that camp was confessed with all that stuff. Malia is severely broken. She think he loves her for hiding her true medical diagnosis. They all have something, especially him. Yeah. Malia. I mean, gosh, when Malia, her health went down when she had when her breast was bit, when they bit her breast, and not getting the treatment that she needed. That's what poisoned her system, because if Malia wouldn't have went to the hospital, I think Malia would have died. And Nature Boy knew Malia was dying, because they say even her organs inside her body was stinking. They say Malia was stinking because all of her all her organs in her body was just, it was just infected. And that's why Nature Boy went down to New Orleans to get Malia out of New Orleans, because they know if Malia would have stayed there and got with her family, Malia would have started talking. Nature Boy would have been in jail. All it took is somebody to get to Malia, and if they can get to Malia, then Nature Boy is not getting out. They all dog nature. They all dog Malia out. Malia been through hell. They stomped her organs all out of her body. Look at the other guy. I can't think what his name was before he had left. How he say he witnessed them stomping Malia, beating her with a belt, telling her to go into the room like she's a child. Malia went through hell. Malia went through hell. And that's why she's so submissive. Anybody would have been submissive as Malia if somebody gonna beat me into submissive. That's not no teaching. How you gonna sit there and say you are a guru and you got to beat a person in submissive? You don't touch a person. And all that right there, what happened to Malia can cause Nature Boy to never see the light of day. But they need somebody to tell, and not anybody. That person got to be that was in their house under the same roof with Nature Boy. All the ones that went to carbonation and left, yeah, their statement is great. Their statement is great. But the ones that was breaking bread with him, sleeping with him, sucking his toes, those are the witnesses that they need. And that's why I think Neytiri went to Solar. Because they know if they get Solar, they're going to get, they charge Solar with anything. Most likely that they know that can have him under the jail with Nature Boy. Solar going to testify against Nature Boy. And if Solar sit there and say, well, look, I'm not going to talk, then they're going to make an arrest. And most likely they're going to go, he might say Zoka. He going to blame it on Zoka because he already cleaning his hands, saying he had nothing to do with it. He say he held the baby in his hands and even called the baby girl Love. But dude, that was your child. You let another man dictate your life to the fact to take your child out of your hands? Guys, I need you to help me to make this make sense. So Solar, you're going to have to go down as well. Now, I might give you a lighter sentence if you talk and say, you know, the reason why, because you was all a part of a cult and you was brainwashed. And that's when they're going to get Zoka. And that's when Zoka going to start spilling the guts. You see? Guys, this is going to get messy. Question, could Malia have stayed gone when she left? Yes, Malia could have stayed. Malia, when Malia was in that hospital, she was surrounded by security guards, people that could, the hospital, the doctors, everybody. But they couldn't hold her. But if Neytiri was saying, but if Malia would have said that her life was in danger and she didn't want it to be a part of carbonation anymore, it was nothing that they could have done. But they cannot hold Malia against her will because Malia is a grown woman. But and that's why Nature Boy made it a point to go there to New Orleans, not for Velvet, guys. He went there because he knew that Malia would have crucified him. And that's why he kept Malia so close under him. Because she was the weakest link. And he made it known that Malia is the weakest link. He made it known. He made it known that she was the weakest link. And that's why he kept Malia under him. Malia got a story. Malia got a story that can take them all out. If she want to. But first she needs somebody to reprogram her. She need to be in a pray that somebody, God send someone into Malia's life. Because if you send someone into Malia's life to get her out of that cult and to get her talking, Malia will be the one that's going to put Nature Boy and every last one of them that didn't do right, going to put them under. Malia is the only one that's going to get immunity. Malia is the only one. And that's why they covering Malia. Malia put them all under the jail, under prison for life. Because Malia, they did you so wrong. And I'm speaking to your spirit right now in the name of Jesus. I pray, Father God, in the name of Jesus, that someone will go right now and get Malia out of that house. And if you get Malia out of that house right now, the whole chessboard gonna fall down. The entire chessboard gonna fall down. Because Malia is the glue to all this. Malia knows where the bones are buried at. And that's why they kept Malia. Yes. That's why they kept Malia. Because, see, Malia knows exactly where all the bodies are buried. She knows where all the bodies are buried, including some bones that belongs to Velvet. And see, you can't say Velvet name in here because, see, y'all got her protected. Malia knows where all the bones are buried. And like I said, all this stuff at the end of the day is allegedly. But you cannot tell me that those people, when them girls was pregnant in that camp, went to the hospital. No, you guys, I see in the spirit right now, you guys had midwives in there. And when it went wrong, honey, Malia knows where the body's at. Malia knows where the body's at. All those babies that was aborted and those babies that was sacrificed, those babies that was sold. That was a big industry that was going on, guys. Human trafficking is a very big industry. That's a very big industry. And you know, guys, as well. It's a very big industry. And find that midwife. Let them go. Want me to tell you something? When they arrest True, very soon, she'll be about this week. True, if they didn't turn himself in, most likely that's why they came down here. He left from Mexico to come down here to the States because he went and turned himself in. And they ain't gonna talk about that. But if I was one of the investigators, want me to tell you something? What I would tell them? I want to know where the midwives was. Who was the midwives? Who was the midwives? Mm-hmm. Y'all know where I'm going with this. I'm telling you guys, this is about to get real. This is about to get real. This right here is about to get real. Material? Girl, you don't know what you done open up. You done open up some stuff. Her name, I think, was 7. Something like that. I don't know. Sorry about that. But let me see. Her name was Seven, something like that. What about Seven? The assistant in Zoka deliver. Her name is Seven. Oh, okay. Now you see what I'm saying, guys. Y'all know, y'all know, y'all. And I didn't even know. The spirit told me that had to been a midwife. The spirit told me that. I didn't even know. Now look, this girl right here confirm this. I mean, confirm this. Wow, guys, this is gonna be a mess. I'm telling you, this is going to be a mess. And want me to tell you something? They gonna go after her. They gonna go after her. Seven. They gonna go after her. And when that's the next arrest right there. Seven. Yep. They gonna go and see. The spirit told me. I didn't even know this. This girl just came and confirmed this right here. Sarada, what is it, Sandra? I mean, just came and confirmed this. I just felt in the spirit. The spirit was telling me it was midwives that was on those grounds that was delivering those babies. Guys, I saw so many babies. It's a market, and I saw this in the spirit. I saw all this in the spirit, guys. Wow. And that's when and something, because that Zoka's baby was very healthy. And something had to go wrong. And I'm gonna say allegedly with this girl Seven when she was helping deliver that baby. Wow. Look at God. Look at God. Wow. Guys, there's about to be more arrests this week. I'm telling you, Nature Boy is not getting out. If Nature Boy get out, man, that means that they didn't have nobody talked. But somebody gonna have to talk, because this right here, if they don't talk, then they gonna the time that Nature Boy should be sitting in prison, they gonna be sitting in prison. So quite obviously they're gonna say, well, I'd rather go ahead and just throw it all on Nature Boy than me sitting there taking all that time. Wow. So the girl Seven, was she's a nurse? Was was she licensed to which midwives back then, they didn't have to be licensed to deliver babies. But still of all, she should have taken some kind of accountability of what's going on. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. Wow, this gonna, man. This gonna be a mess. Like I say, if anything come out, it's gonna be dealing with Zoka baby. That's the only thing that's gonna really tie him under the jail with Zoka baby, and most likely Zoka gonna be arrested too. But Zoka, she have no one to blame but herself. And if this is true right here, True going to be not True, Solar, he probably, unless Solar probably say, well, he wasn't around when it happened. Yes, let me see. Yes, Miss D, I've been following this entire so-called nature cult since 2009, before EGO left the states. The baby bleed out. Seven claim online to be. Wow. Wow. And this is my first time hearing this, because I thought that Solar and Zoka went to the hospital, and they said that the doctor had said the baby was, a cord was wrapped around the baby's neck. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Solar say that. But They were at that house delivering that child, and something went wrong, allegedly. That right there, wow, that's grounds right there to make a arrest if this is true right here. Wow. And that's exactly what's going to happen. Mm-mm-mm. I wonder if the state, they ever came and talked to Seven. I wonder if they talked to her. Because this is my first time hearing this right here. I just saw, I'm just speaking because I'm just allowing the spirit just to lead me. But it's a lot of stuff is going to come out. And once they start digging up those grounds in Puerto Rico, they're going to find a whole bunch of, you know what, in those grounds. Whole bunch. Mm-mm-mm. And somebody going to spill a gut. They spill their guts. Hmm. And usually stuff like this happen anyway because they don't like medical attention anyway, especially when they are in those cults. They don't even believe in doctors. So if they don't believe in doctors, they don't believe in reporting deaths. Deaths. So if they have bodies, then what they do with the bodies? And I'm not saying carbonation. I'm just talking, in general. What do they do with the bodies? Do they bury the bodies? Do they sacrifice the bodies? Because I don't think that those bodies, especially when it's babies, they are accountable for it. And even if it was humans, I don't think that they're going to report it because most people that comes into those cults, they come from off the streets anyway. And, they feel like they already don't detach from their families. And if their families not sitting there, being in contact with them, you don't know what happened to these people. That's how human trafficking start. They get people that was already out there in the streets. Lady D, they had no idea how to stop the bleeding from the cut umbilical cord. Wow, poor baby bled to death. Wow. Wow. This is new news to me. I'm telling you guys. I didn't know that because, well, quite obvious, Solar was lying. Solar and Zoka was lying because they said that they was at the hospital somewhere in California when all this had took place, and Zoka was at the hospital. So now somebody's lying. Wow. Because I remember hearing Solar, and I will say a legend where he said that he had the baby in his hands and the biblical cord was wrapped around the baby's neck and choked the baby. you know wow. Now this right here, I guess when it was cutting a biblical cord, that they didn't know how to tie it right and the baby bled. And I will say allegedly, but this is a lot. So quite obvious, like I said, with Neytiri saying that it was the big aura, that was just to open the door for bigger things like this. Because this right here, if it's true, then that's not only the big aura, that's the big M. Well, break time is over. Love the chat. I thank you and all have a blessed day. You too, Sherry. Thank you for being a part of my live. And I'm gonna go ahead and close it out myself because I've been here for almost an hour and 30 minutes. But Sherry, when you gonna come and join me? Sit on the side of me. I put the link up one day and you come and sit on the side of me. But guys, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down too because but I have learned a lot. So Sherry, you at work? Of course they lied. Sad facts. There is no death certificate from any hospital. Wow. Mm, 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 mm. Wow. Wow. Poor Sherry Hope, take care. Yes, take care. Mm, 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 mm. So if they allowed the child to bleed to death, then I want to know why they never made a arrest on this. Why no one, you know, I want to know how they got away with this. Because this right here, if they allowed the baby, unless they talked to, whoever they needed to talk to, but they didn't put it on social media. That's the only thing that I can go ahead and think of. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Thank you. Thank you too. Thank you for joining my live, guys. Like I say, I'm still trying to get used to this. Whenever you guys feel free, to join me, feel free, because the more I come on, the more comfortable I get, because I was very comfortable, because I'm so used to making videos. And this right here is easy, because I've been talking like an hour and 30 minutes. And I don't last this long at all. So I like the live. I think the live is much better because I don't have to worry about doing all this editing. And I'm not going to edit any videos at all. But I want to go ahead and set up a panel, and also want to, come live where, I could be able to do it the right way. But, like I say, everything takes baby steps, it starts somewhere. And like I say, whatever the devil meant for bad, God turned it around for my good. Maybe God may have wanted me to just start doing live videos, because at least one thing, nobody can flag this, because this is my own content, Ain't like I'm sitting there adding nobody else stuff up here. So like I say, everything working out for the good. So whatever the devil meant for bad, God turning around for my good, because they can't go and flag this, right, guys? Lady, thank you, and I really appreciate. I appreciate you guys too, man. You guys, like I said there and say, when I be trying to give up and sit there and say, Lord, is this worth it? You guys give me that fresh, that push. And because doing this right here, like I say, is not easy at all, but it's easier when you do it because you love it. But if you're doing it because you're trying to make money off it, trust me, you'll be miserable as all outdoors. They have no investigation, and they are lying, claiming it's a reality show. And don't you know, with claiming it's a reality show, they can easily lie and say her pregnancy was a part of a show and not real. And don't you know, I said there, and I told Nature Boy that. I told Nature Boy, I say, Nature Boy, you know good and well that all this stuff that you're doing, you're not gonna be able to get away with this. And that's when I know this. I knew they was gonna make it a reality show. That was the only way that they was able to get out of this. And that's why notice that they always have like Nature Boy TV. And but if you would have saw my videos had said carbonation reality, or because I was using it as a reality show, just putting that there because I didn't want it to be for legal stuff. And that's when they use reality show and turn it into that. They All they did was copy it off of what I had put on there. But reality show or not, if it happened, it happened. So they still gonna be accountable for all that stuff they did. You can't get out of this. Ain't no in the world they gonna be able to get out of this. And how the heck they gonna sit there and call it a reality show when the child allegedly bled to death? Now, what reality show that they're gonna have a baby, a live baby, bleed to death in somebody's hands? Now, how are they gonna call this a reality show? Malia, all of her organs shift. How you gonna call that a reality show? Come on now. The devil is a liar. The devil is a liar. So guys, look, I might come on later on, but I'm gonna go ahead and close it out for now and talk to you guys later. I really enjoyed this conversation. So with all that being said, guys, peace out and you all have a good day.